Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Monday, November the 13th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Enchanted Forest cards. So we're starting off with the oldest one, which is the Hermit. And this is a major message. We have the owl in the tree. Last time I pulled from this deck, this is exactly what they were showing me, the owl in the tree. And I feel like this is shining a light on the situation. We touch on talk about traditions, and I feel like, we're coming into Thanksgiving for the American Thanksgiving. We're coming into Christmas. So I feel like this is like, maybe this is a sign for you to put up your tree. Maybe you were like, oh, should I put it up? And a lot of people wait after Veterans Day, Remembrance Day in Canada. So, take out your tree. Like, the biggest thing for me is, like, I don't want to wait too late because I wanted to put it up earlier. Things happened. My aunt unfortunately passed away, so it was just like, things happened. Had a headache last weekend, so I'm like, let me get it out because, like, I have decorations that I've accumulated that I've bought before I knew they were going to go up sky high. So I was just like, now I'm just going to start picking things out and putting them up. I have to find my garland. I bought a new garland as well. So it's just like, letting the tree settle. I just took it out and I'm fluffing it out now. So, I know some people have had their tree out for a little bit. Like, one year I actually did that. Halloween Eve, I put my tree out. And it's just like, I feel like this can trigger a lot of people into winter blues. It can trigger a lot of people into, who's not around the tree or around for the holidays. But it's like, life is too short. It's like they're there celebrating you. They only transfer them to spirit. You know what I mean? They're free. They're happy. They're enjoying. Like, let them be merry. They want you to be happy. They don't want you to be sad. They don't want you to be depressed. They want you to make the most out of the time we got here. Because you blink your eyes and it's a blip, So it's like, enjoy this time, Get your favorite music on. They keep on playing Mariah Carey. So it's just like, sit there and put whatever music on that makes you happy. I wanted to put the Wiggles on. That was always my thing with the kids. Always Christmas with You. That was my favorite Wiggles one that I would watch with the kids. I still watch it. I'll put it on. I love the Wiggles. That was, I swear I loved their childhood more than they did. But I remember them dancing around and everything. But I feel like with the Wisest one, I feel like that light, especially they're really concentrating on the lantern and bringing the light in. Because it is darker, but they're saying, like, you'll see in the more messages to take advantage of this quote-unquote dark time. It's like rest, rejuvenate, start something new. This is not a time to sit there and get out of your disciplines you got into. So maybe you're like myself, started working out again. I cannot believe the difference in my knee. I have these ginger patches I bought from eBay. And it's exactly for that, is knee pain. And I always put in the front. And then I started putting them in the back. And it's like the secureness it gave the back of my knee. I've tried braces and everything. They just fall down. I've tried sports tape. I've tried anything. So I started putting the ginger tape on. It keeps my knee cap in place. And I guess it's like my knee gets locked. So when I walk, it's not performing the way it should. But it's like, I think I'm 2 months into working out. I'm not sure if I started the beginning of September or not. It doesn't matter. It's like, this is why I started this journey. Because I'm like, I don't want to be, having bad knees at my age. I'm only 43, you know what I mean? So I'm a physical person. I like to do things, I was up and down the stairs like crazy today. I could feel a little bit of stiffness, but I'm just like, okay, just keep going. You can wrap up your leg later tonight, So it's just like, keep on pushing yourself to do things. It's not to be a certain size. It's not, you know what I mean? It's to be comfortable. It's to be, like, even like today, putting away soil, it had to be put away because it's like we didn't even get little snowfalls like this last year. So I'm just like, start like flurries. We've already gotten two flurries, little sprinkles already. So I'm just like, got to put that away. Got that taken care of. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there lifting the bag of dirt like it's nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, that's what I want to be. This is who I am. This is how I like being. The fact that my knee is the way it is. The fact that I was able to sit there and put the Christmas skirt. I have a Nightmare Before Christmas skirt that I bought last year. And I tied it up and I was able to put it on and get off the floor, no issue. That's what I wanted. I was literally getting off the floor, I believe it was last year. I was cutting Sunny's hair and my whole kneecap just shifted. And I couldn't believe it. And I was just like, I am too young for this to be happening. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I was doing the physiotherapy and stuff like that, but I'm just like, they kept showing me, do your floor workouts. You're going to see it transform. You're going to see it change. And I have, like, I'm able to do more things. And that's the thing. Not every workout is going to be superb, but it's just like, building up your leg muscles. They were saying like, it's like building up your quads and stuff like that. So do what works for you. You know what I mean? It's like working out as that how you want to be as you get older. Like my aunt is like that person. 75 years old, God bless her soul. She's on the treadmill. She's still picking blueberries. Like she's just like zip, 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 zip around. That's how I want to be. You know what I mean? So that's what it's like. I make the time. I don't have the time for it, but I'm like, if I have time to watch TV, then I have time to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm tired by the end of the week, but at least like that today was the biggest testament that I was able to sit there, put the skirt on and get up, and my knee didn't buckle. So I was just like, that's the biggest testament of what I'm doing is working. So keep doing whatever works for you, whatever resonates with you. Don't give it up now. I know it's getting cooler. Find some nice stretchable clothes, the warmer clothes, because that's how I start. I have a hoodie that I put on that I work out in, and then I sit there, and as I get really warm, I end up taking it off, But find clothes that you could work out in. So like, yeah, it is getting cooler, but so that way you could, like, you know what I mean? Imagine how much more you're going to be transformed in 2 months. How much more you're going to be transformed in 6 months. Keep doing what you're doing. Do it because you want to be healthy. Don't put any stupid standards on yourself. So the oldest one reminds us that having a historic perspective is reassuring in times of trouble. Having a metamorphical religious perspective helps us find meaning in our lives. Tales, legend, lore, and have been handed down from generation to generation because they are a vital part of shared humanity. Teachings, traditions, religion, mythology, wise counsel, true authority. So we go into the 10 of spells, and they're talking about this burning out. Okay? So that's where I'm saying, like, with myself, it's like too much going on last weekend. I had a headache. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I tried to do this week, but it's just like, I feel like this is also like signifying our kids. Because, like my son's doing book reports and he's just like, oh my gosh, like what we did. He did 4 pages on one chapter. He did 6 pages on one chapter. And I'm just like, wow. But I'm like, he understands what it teaches, but it's just like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, we're coming up to like, he's been in school at the end of July. He went back. He was just ready to go back. So I was just like, that's fine. If you want to go back now, go back now. So it's just like for him, I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I watch him. You know what I mean? Like after what happened with my eldest, I watch with him. I don't want to get him burnt out. You know what I mean? And I tell him on his days off, I'm like, rest. Do the things you love. But he loves stop motion. He's great at it, but it drains him. But I feel like this is what they're talking. Even ourselves as parents, all the projects and everything, it's exhausting on top of everything else we do. But we do it because we love our kids. So I feel like with this, it's just like where it's getting that burnt out, even for yourself. So I feel like this is a positive, confirmation of like, sit there and be mindful of that. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about sleeping in on all that good stuff because you need it. Like, even my son will say that, oh, I slept in and I could have done this and this. I'm like, your body obviously needed it. This is the time where kids grow this time of year too. So it's just like, he's a tree already, but it's just like, sit there and get the rest and rejuvenation you need. That's the great thing about winter. It's like, it's not daylight as early, but it gives you that time to rest, So I'm just like, rest. So it signifies that your energies are being scattered far beyond limits. That the things that give you more pleasure has become a burden. So that's how you're getting burnt out, because something is becoming burdensome. Something that you absolutely adore is becoming burdensome. So that's like spirit saying, something is we need to take a rest, woos out. We need to rest and rejuvenate. You know what I mean? So maybe this is where it's like you get your they're showing this, not sea salt. Yeah, it's sea salt. The Epsom salt. Put that in your bath, energize your muscles. You know what I mean? Or like with myself, I was like kind of going back and forth yesterday if I should take a day off or work it out or not. And I'm just like, no, take it off. Like, take it off and then we could go get back to it again tomorrow, which is today. You know what I mean? So it's just like, let's, and I take my time with it. I don't push myself. If I'm really, really tired, like, where I'm dragging, no, I don't want to hurt myself. So, like, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like that's where spirit is just like, relax in that time. I used to sit there and call myself lazy, and I'm just like, our weeks are so full and so busy. It's just like, we're far from that, So exhaustion, burnt out, disenchantment, regard in hindsight, burdens too big to bear alone. That may resonate for you. Maybe like you've taken off more than you can chew, but I feel like this is just, I don't feel that in such a major way. That may resonate with you. Maybe you have something like, something's just weighing on you so much, but for me, it's just like we're going into the 9 of spells. This is where I very much feel coming into a new talent. I feel like you're cutting out your own territory, and I feel like this is just like when I started reading. I was watching someone that I respected do lives, and I would sit there and I was like saying things during the lives. I'm like, no, that's disrespectful. Don't say nothing. So I'm just sat there, and all of a sudden I got these channel messages, and I'm like, okay, like you could be a professional medium. I'm like, if you want to, it's a choice. What do you put your energies into, right? So I sat there and I'm like, okay. So got myself a tarot deck, and I didn't expect anything of it. I was just wanting to pull cards, and I just was drawn to the cards, and I just was like, this is what I feel. This is the story I'm being told. I posted it. I put the cards definition, and it's turned into, I was watching Better Call Saul, and, Mike goes to sit there and do a transaction with a gentleman, and he goes, no charge. He's like, I make my money off of repeat customers. And I feel like, and Michael was like, if I would be kind of upset, going out there and doing this. And I said, Michael, how you treat people is the biggest telltale sign of who you are as a human. Who's going to come back to you? Who's going to resonate with you? Who's going to sit there and trust, like you believe in you. You know what I mean? Because it's not a transaction. Especially in my line of work, where it's just like, I tell everybody, I'm here as long as you want me to be. Some of you, this is a lifetime relationship, energy exchange. Some of you, it's a one-time thing, which is totally understandable, but a lot of people know. They could reach out to me. I know my life has changed. I'm not as easy accessible as I used to be, but anytime I get a moment, I sit there and I talk to people, I sit there and I try to help out. It's our way of paying it forward. I love Sylvia Brown's son, Chris, and he talks about that. That is his way of paying it forward. He'll go on all the social medias for like 20 minutes, I think, each, or depending how many people come onto the lives with him. And he'll just, quick one question and go on to the next platform, And I feel like that's exactly it. How we show our appreciation for the abilities that we have and how they increase. And I feel like how they communicate with us is how we connect it with the people that trust us, And I always tell my kids, I treat people the way that I would want to be treated. So, for me, that really resonated because he was just like repeat customers. I don't call my people that I come to me or people that I've ended up coming friends and family. I call you guys my tribe. You guys are my tribe. We share a vibe. We share energy, and there's like, I could, especially one resonating with me right now, and it was just, he trusted me, and we still vibe, it's just, I see him as my nephew, I'm very protective over his energy. I know his mother's protective over him. And I was like, I treat him like he is my own son. It's like, I don't want to misguide him, misinform him, anything, because, one day my son may be talking to someone. One of my sons may be talking to someone out in this universe. And I hope they guide them the right way, So it's just like how you treat people. I feel like that's how the universe sits there, and it's like you may not get accolades and awards and or a good for you or that a boy or that a girl or that a they, but it's just like, in your heart who you are. We are judged by our heart. I feel like with this 9 of spells is this whole row right here. We'll go, so with the 9 of spells, the card signifies everything you need to accomplish your intentions. You have the skills and experience, the maturity, the most important of all, you will make it happen. No one can stand in your way of your success now. Mark out your territory. It is time for you to bring forth your full potential and power. Because this is where I was telling you guys, this gift of time. To use it wisely. And I feel like this is where spirit is this you working out? Is this you starting something for yourself? Is this you quitting smoking? Is this you getting out of the house and going for walks? Maybe you have agoraphobia. You're afraid of going outside the house. So maybe this is doing small little things, So mastery of inner gifts, mutual power, defense against the dark. And I feel the dark is our shadow side. I also feel it's the internet. Let's be fair. You sit there and you get the courage to do things and people are like, who do you think you are? And they say the nastiest things. And it's just like, keep going. That's what they want. They want you to stop. You keep going. So I don't know if this is going to be a channel number 788. I have to look that up. But 7 is strength. So this is the fairy wind. So a fairy wind is a powerful sign of ultimate success. Only the most fortunate see the fate. Though many have felt the presence, things will pick up in speed for you now. And I told you guys this. We're coming into this golden era for some of us. Some of us, the wheel has been wielded at a standstill for a long time. And as I was saying, that was 1717. And it's just like, that may resonate with you. And it's just like, it's your time to shine. It's time for you to move forward. You've done the healing. You've conquered. You come and you conquered, And now it's time for you to move forward. Now everything that you have put out to the universe is about to come back to you. Everything you have lost, you will receive 10 times fold. Continued forward with increased confidence. And I feel like this is where cutting out your territory. I feel like this is why the light. I feel like this is where the hermit is shining the lantern. And it's like, I'm guiding you through this way. Don't let the darkness come in, Don't let it encompass you. Speed, change, important news, success, self-governance, independent. And I feel like this independent achievement because you're going to be the sole proprietor. This isn't a group effort. I feel like once upon a time, we were getting a lot of threes, and people could have been a part of this, but you're just different people. Just doesn't mesh. 8 of spells, birds of the air, significant birds of the air that have meaning to you. I was looking for an eagle. I swear, I was just like, I know I'm going to see an eagle today. I was half asleep too, but I was like, I know I'm going to see an eagle. I didn't see one. With my aunt passing. But, in a lot of ways, I got the best gift ever, And I'm like, I'm not testing God. I'm not asking for signs or this or that, But I feel like feathers and birds are going to be significant for you. So it could be a picture. It could be on a shirt. It could be in a song. It could be actually physically outside. Some way or another, you will see it. The appearance of owls in a reading signifies news is on the way. It always means the energy is increasing for endeavor to which you apply your full will and intention. Things are speeding up and moving towards a positive conclusion or reward. Watch the skies. News and incoming messages, swiftness, aiming towards a goal. I feel like a lot of us are just, like I told my girlfriend, I said, you're just spending the rest of this year, like I was doing a reading for, and I said, they're just like, you're just riding out the rest of this year. You're riding out to your wedding. that it'll be Christmas, and it's like, then, you know, this new thing is coming in. So, I feel like for a lot of us, it's just like, you know, that's what this is about, you know, and I feel like if you feel drawn to work out, even if you don't start now, that's fine. Like, it's your journey, it's your life. But I feel like stop putting pressure on yourself. Stop buying this outfit. Oh, you're going to fit into this and blah. Fine. You fit into it. You fit into it. You don't. You don't. The biggest thing for me was the way, or is the way when I put on clothes, how it sits on me. I do it. The biggest thing for me was sitting there putting that skirt on around the tree and able to get off the floor without a struggle, without my knees shifting, and I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm like, okay, we're going to sit there, we're going to pull ourselves up like nothing, you know, because I've built up the strength in me. And that's the only reason why I do what I do. I see my aunt at 75 years old on the treadmill in the field picking blueberries. That's who I strive to be like. You know, how fit she was at her age, doing all these things. She didn't let age define her. She defined her age. She defined who she was. And that's exactly, or who she is. That's exactly who I strive to be like. You know, her guidance, her wisdom, you know. So it's just like, I'm just doing it for myself. I'm doing it because I want to be a certain way. You know, it doesn't have to do with anything else. You know, we do things because of vanity. That's probably why we fail. You know, I'm sick of seeing this, or I don't like that. Let's do something about it, you know, but do it because you want to be an age, you know, where I will be like my aunt, where she's sitting there in the field picking blueberries at 75. She's on the treadmill at 75. She's doing circles around a lot of younger people. So it takes time to become adapt. Magical skills are not easy to master than molness ones. Practice leads to improvement in this world. Do it in the very best of your ability, and then some. Push past your comfort zone, but don't lose sight of the moment in striving towards an outcome. The learning process itself brings its own or own delights. So with me starting, I did data entry before, but not to the level or the demand of this. But, you know, I sat there and I was just like, I'm going to work extra hours so I could sit there, because they would always post, like, you know, we need people to work extra hours, and I would do it, you know, especially I was at work during the day, so I would ask to work during the night. You know, I'd stay on, or I'd take a break and come back, you know. But that's what gave me the skills that I have now, is that discipline of working more, because it's like with that experience made me better, you know. So that's what I pushed. Some people are easily to do these things. Some people have had jobs like this prior. You know, for me, my other job was physical and data entry. So, you know what I mean? And the data entry wasn't such a big part as it is in this one. This data entry is attention to detail, customer service. You know what I mean? That's the biggest part of it. So for me, that's what, you know, I sat there and, you know, that's where I'm like, I can help others, you know? I'm like, how can I help you with something, you know, because I've been here a little bit longer than you, but I'm always learning things too. Maybe they learned something in training I didn't learn, or maybe they had experience with someone and they learned something new that I never had. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I always say to myself, every day is a learning day. You may know something I don't know, you know? So that's where I sit there and I'm like, how can I help you? How can I assist you? You know? They're like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, you don't have to thank me. That's what this is. This is what this is for. So we can help each other. You know? So it's just like, you know, always try to be the best you can every single day. You know? Not every day is going to be perfect, but, you know, at least every single day you sit there and strive to be great. You strive to be, you know, better than you were the prior, you know? I that's the way I see it, you know? I feel like when one of us succeed, we all succeed. We all succeed, you know, it makes everything, you know, that much better, so. That's the way I do it, you know? Now they learn, now they won't have to ask again. Maybe they can help someone when I'm not on. You know, we have different days off. You have that knowledge, now you can help someone else. Mastering a craft. Meticulous work. Increasing excellence. Passionate pursuits. All their own reward. And I feel like that's what they're saying here. So you're cutting out your own territory, and it's time. You know, it's time for this. You know, just sit there, put it out there. You know, just like when I started this, I've changed things. You know, I've watched others. I like the way they do that, you know. So it's just like, make it your own. Hone on your own, you know, see what happens. But you'll get there day by day, step by step. You know, when I would sit there and put the forecasts and projections out, you know, it's just like, how can you learn and grow from that, you know, go from there. But, you know, like I said, every day is a learning day, and try to always help others. Always don't be a gatekeeper. Help others, because then those things will come in easier to you, because they know that you're not a gatekeeper, that you're here for the collective, not just for your own self-gain. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Monday, November the 13th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.